to go for it right now, but he does! And that's...
And a shield for this entire time, so eventually it was just going to get worn down. No Angels to support him either. And now Percent have a really nice tempo advantage and an item advantage as well, as Lansy was really the only guy at the front. Now he's at the back here. Sensation feeling pretty good about their chances, I'd say.
Yeah, and also not a lot of big attacks on either side. In fact, only attack on the field right now is a banana. We have a lot of EMPs, we have a lot of nitrous, some water wisp and missiles now, coming in as Jung does throw both of those. But will he be able to contest first place here at Percent? Keep in mind, this is lap number 2. Final lap here, but there's no attacks, and attacks now actually coming in from Sensation on the Jong, so Plansky's going to be the one that has to contest it, but that's his only attack here, his only boost.
Yeah, they had no weapons here, and he actually hits that shot, but there's just too many Sensation members here. Now, late lightning here with the magnet. This could be huge. Can Hoju actually win?
Oh my goodness, out of nowhere! Tutsi coming in, that magnet completely slowed Hoju down. I thought Sensation had it in the bag. Everything in his power to try and close the distance and, provide some support here for Liv Sandbox, who desperately need it with Noxys and Looting holding on to 3v1 here in the top 4 standings. I mean, Neil, to his credit, he's doing everything in his power to hold on to that pole position and try and secure a win condition where he finishes in first and Liv Sandbox has the middle ranks, but it is just not going their way right now.
Neil is so smart, though. He stays on the right side of the track there, loses some speed and momentum, but can use his boosts where he's not going to have any collision and prevents the enemy team from playing defense and actually gets up into the first place spot, which will give Liv Sandbox currently enough points to actually win this race as we move into the final one. Neil is just such a smart player. He finds the right builds, he adapts to the situation, and once again, he's done that here. 1 and 2 now occupied by Liv Sandbox.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with the lines coming out of Youngsu so far. He's taking these corners so tight, just has the perfect read on exactly how to thread the needle and secure that win. Now is Liv Sandbox in the lead, coming here to the finish line. Youngsu still holding on to first place. He will secure it, and it's actually going to be a 1-2 finish here for LSP. So despite that early mistake by Hyunsu hitting the tires, and Liv Sandbox basically playing a 3v4 there for the majority of that track, they were still able to deliver a 1-2 finish with some very creative, very aggressive lines.
Say if we can't stack it, let's just use it for tempo. So you have a couple options here for Guangdong Freaks.
Yeah, I like that idea, and I would not be surprised either to see Spirit just kind of hold on to that, even with Cool holding on to a second one. I mean, if you have 3 Lightnings heading into lap number 3, yeah, you're not going to be able to... Oh, they actually do right now as Spear picks up a second.
It's lined up, and guess what? Liv Sandbox was praying for thunderstorms tonight, but it's going to be in favor of Guangdong Freaks and Sandbox. They're going to have to start finding answers. They find one Angel Shield, but that's not enough against 3 of these Lightnings getting ready here for Guangdong Freaks.
Yeah, and so now for Sungbin and World, the game plan has to be setting up with, Nitrous and Magnets and maybe a Shield or an Angel Shield, because Spear and Cool, between the two of them, they only have really, I guess, 2 item slots available. Both of them are going to hang on to Thunderbolts. They did use one of them just now.
Yeah, it draws out that Angel Shield, but you know what? Thankfully for Liv Sandbox, they're able to get one more. Dalda does recycle into a second one, so still a couple options with another Lightning Bolt now ready.
Wow.
Another triple for Guangdong Freaks. Liv Sandbox just cannot escape the clouds but the sky tonight.
Yeah, and that's going to cause another Lightning to rotate out, so KDF, they're happy just to hold on to 2 of them, and that's going to be Cool all the way to the flank. And they got another one there on Spear. That must be the 5th Lightning Bolt they picked up so far here on this track, is the Thunder Gods are favoring them. Zeus smiles brightly here on the Guangdong Freaks.
Here comes 1, here comes 2, and 3, and Hyunsu is just stuck in the middle of the track. He cannot move. Shield on for World as he crosses the finish line. Boy, oh boy, was Sandbox right. It is absolutely rainy season, but in favor of Guangdong Freaks.
Finally, I think that UFO will connect with Sungbin. Actually, it might not have, as it looks like he was considering right out of the gate, and he just holds on to 2 more shields. So the attacks for Showtime just have not been able to connect here onto Sungbin as he continues to build his lead, looking at the picture-in-picture.
So this is true, and it is only a 2-lap track, but at the same time, you've got a Magnet here, you have the numbers advantage. Showtime, I actually really like their position here. There's just not a whole lot. They're out of steam now, Guangdong Freaks putting everything in the Sungbin basket. It's still winnable, but it definitely feels like a massive advantage.
Sungbin got stamped right there.
This is not the Cogwheel Crush, it's Brody's Gloom, the Crush.
Yeah, man, all right.
Cool
Bull coming in with the attack. That shield a little bit early, but was able to last long enough to deflect the Water Wisp. One more shield does get popped. Actually, face picking up another one there. And finish line only 500 meters away. Flare now with a lot of speed comes in. UFO does get popped. Actually does hit the barricade. So now it's up to face here for Showtime, but the water balloon connects.
No way! Lightning slowing them down!
Oh, the lightning slows them down just enough for Fron to spread the needle and put Showtime on the board. I can't believe it, as I thought for sure the Kwangdong Freaks were going to be able to deliver that win. You can see Showtime, I'm not sure exactly who that was.
That was Fron, man. He's like, oh, thank God. That was so close.
That was insane.
Catch up right back.
Yeah, I mean, especially, of course, just these long hairpins. You don't have too much room to work with. Scarlet's putting on the pressure. He's trying to force Hojin to make a mistake on the jump here, but Scarlet, he might have to... Oh, Hojin tries to avoid the crash, but that forces such a big slowdown and gives the opportunity for Scarlet to regain himself and get the lead as well.
However, you have to keep in mind that Hojin had a really big advantage in the boost game, so he's able to catch up right back, and he's just going to time his draft here, honestly. He doesn't even need to go for it right now, but he does! And that's an execution on Scarlet by Hojin.
An absolutely calculated attack, like you said, Peter, right off of that draft. He just makes sure that he zips right on by Scarlet, and Scarlet just cannot possibly win that body check, right? I mean, the momentum is absolutely in favor of Hojin because of the double acceleration from the boost in the draft. And now Hojin, he simply has to not make a mistake. The gap is already too big.
Yeah, we can already see Hojin taking the safer lines right now. Don't want to take any risks there because Scarlet is so far behind, and Hojin, he's only 300 meters away.
And that's going to be the finish line cross here from Hojin. You can see that he was comfortable. He knew it was in the bag as soon as he got that attack against Scarlet. And what a way to race it, though. I mean, I think we're clearly seeing that Hojin definitely is starting to get a better grasp of the kind of minute nuances in Kart Rider drift specifically.